Hi guys, this is Kayla.
And this is Becky, and we're with A Couple of Bees Read.
And we also drink wine. What is the weekly wine, Becky?
It is from Scout and Cellar in one of our favorite vineyards, Doug Hunt Dog. And it is their Chardonnay.
Yes, which we've had before, but it's one of our absolute favorites.
Mm-hmm.
And
I think it's been about a year though.
Yeah.
So, you know.
I just remember... Oh, I remember the Chardonnay.
I really like this wine. It doesn't have that buttery aftertaste. Mm-hmm. And I mean, Chardonnay lovers usually just love that buttery aftertaste. And then people that don't like Chardonnays tend to not like that. Mm-hmm. And this is one, it's very clean, fresh, crisp. What do you think?
I love it.
Yeah.
What was the one? We've had this one and another Chardonnay, and it's like between those two, which are my favorites, mm-hmm. which was surprising because I like the buttery aftertaste, mm-hmm. but this really doesn't have it. It's just so clean.
Mm-hmm. I think the last Chardonnay we tried was a Gallivant Chardonnay.
That's it. And it does have a little bit of that buttery aftertaste.
And I really liked it. So, I mean, I like them both. They have it's a different flavor though, mm-hmm. and the reason it's different, it's something that's called malolactic fermentation. Is something they do to a wine, and it changes the aroma and it changes the taste, and that's what gives you the buttery aftertaste. And they don't do that with this particular wine. So they don't put it through that malolactic, where you change the malic acids to lactic acid. They don't do that. And so that's why you don't get that buttery aftertaste. So learned something.
Very good, very crisp.
Yes, it has notes of lemon and pear. And of course,
I was going to guess apple, but pear makes more sense. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And of course, it naturally goes well with shellfish and soft cheeses, any fish really.
This would be the best beach wine.
Yes, that's exactly what I was
If you're going to watch the sunset on the beach, we need a bottle for when we go this year.
Well, I have another bottle that I'm saving, so we'll take it to the beach in a couple of weeks and have it as we watch the sunset. So that's what I was going to say, like backyard patios with friends or sitting on the beach watching the sunset, and it would be perfect for it. So there you are. And again, clean crafted, no added sugars, no pesticides in the vineyards. It's from California, so it's, you know, it's also supporting USA here. So
yeah,
good stuff.
Awesome. So the book I'm talking about this week, I wouldn't pair it with this wine because it's not clean. It is not clean.
What is it with you and these smutty books you've been reading?
Well, it's not that it's smutty. It does have a couple of scenes that, you know, I listened to it on audiobook, and I was glad that I had my earbuds in, because usually I just have my phone playing in my office while I'm answering emails and stuff. And so there were a couple of scenes that I was like, I'm glad I'm wearing my earbuds and no one else can hear this. But not smutty, just like I didn't know that was coming.
Yeah.
One of the I think there are 6 narrators is a little into BDSM. So it was just like chugging along, and then it's like, whoop, there we go. Anyway, the book I'm referring to is One of Us is Dead by Jeneva Rose.
Okay.
And I strongly suggest you listen to it on audiobook. That's how I read this one. And I suggest that because it is a full cast. Like I said, it's about 6 women, and each chapter is one of them. And they are these women who live in this like highfalutin section in Georgia, where, you know, one of them's married to a politician, one of them's married to a plastic surgeon, one of them's married to someone who they don't know what he does, but they're pretty sure it's illegal. But they all live in this very affluent community. And then there is who I would consider the main character, and that is the hairdresser at the salon they all go to. And I would consider her the main character because there is some little time jumps, and she is the one being interviewed by the police officer, by the detective, at the end of the book, even though it's the first chapter. So, and then you jump back in time to kind of see what she's talking about, and it's like this really cool way that Jeneva Rose built the tension, because you would be, you know, going through the narrative with all the different women telling their side of the story, and then it would suddenly be like in the future, and the hairdresser is like, yeah, well, here's why it's fishy, here's why this person died. And what's super cool about this mystery is you do not know until the last act which of them is dead.
Which of the women?
Right. It's one of them, but you don't know who. So only... That's cool. Yes. So not only are you trying to guess who the murderer is, but you're trying to guess who the dead person is.
Wow.
And it's so well done. I had never read one of Jeneva Rose's books, but she did, when I went to Killer Nashville last year, she was the reader's favorite. It's like an award. Everybody just sends in their favorite mystery book they read that year, and she won. So I was like, I need to read a book by her. And this one, I see why she won, because just it's incredibly clever. And by the end, I will say this, by the end, there was one woman who's just so messy, you know, just that one messy girl in that friend group, that I was like, I hope it's her. I hope she's dead. Like, I hope she's dead.
Okay, well, don't tell us whether she is or not.
I'm not going to, but I strongly encourage that anybody who, you know, has some time to listen, pick up this audiobook, give it a listen. Don't listen to it in front of your children. Don't listen to it in front of your boss.
Right.
Or if you share a wall with your boss, you know, have those earphones in. But it was just a great read, a great mystery. Jeneva Rose is now one of my favorite authors. I'm going to have to read everything she's ever written, because, goodness, this was so good. And she's got a new book coming out that I'm just going to have to ask NetGalley about, maybe.
There you go. Sounds good.
Also, so it takes place in Georgia, and the voice actors, they really make this audiobook, like, and they all have the best Southern accents. Like, none of them sound fake. There's one girl, Crystal, who's from Texas, and you can tell the difference just in the Texas accent and the Georgia accent, and like,
got a little twang in there. Yeah.
So well performed. It's been a while since I've read an audiobook that's actually really well performed too.
Well, that's great.
So guys, check it out. 5 stars for me, and enjoy some wine while you read.
All right.
Bye, guys.
Bye.